Hello everyone, this is the Masked O, and welcome to the Masked O Knitting Podcast. This has been a while. I don't have a finished object to show you today, but I figured that I had made some progress and that I wanted to show you about that. So let's dive in. Okay, let's start with what I'm wearing today. I am wearing the Peacock shirt by Lene Holme Samsøe, or LeKnit. This is a very well-known pattern, and I've made it like 1 or 2 years or so. I cannot remember exactly, but yeah. I don't wear it as much as I would like to, but well, why not wearing it today for the podcast? The reason why I am not wearing this one, to show you a bit better, is simple. Really, it's because I don't like to wear things very heavy, and this is DK Aran, like in between DK and worsted Aran weight territory. And yeah, I don't like to have such a heavy thing on me when it's hot. Yeah, that's the only reason, basically. Maybe also because I'm not very fond of anything with lace, anything with very holdy patterns of lace most of the time. But yeah, I do like the color. I do like the fit on me. I didn't make any modification on this one. Oh, yeah, no, I did make one. It's just that yeah, let me show you, made slightly puff sleeve. And I did the same at the hem. If you can see, yeah, I think you can. And this is why, this is not why, but this is the only modification I made to the pattern. I didn't really like making it. If I remember correctly, I found that the instructions weren't very clear, particularly when you reach the separation of sleeves. It was, yeah, I think it was a bit confusing, and I might have written that in my Ravelry notes. I think I had, yeah, I really pretty sure of it. The yarn that I've used for this one is Drops Linen, which is a mix of cotton and linen. I think it's half cotton, half linen. I will be I'll write all the things on there in there. And the color is 21 dark blue. Really like it. I really like the color. I don't like to knit with this type of yarn at all. But it was a very quick knit because it's on 4mm needle, so US 6. And yeah, it was very quick to knit. I do like the result, really, but yeah, it's more like the feel of it. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. It's drapey. It has some drape, but yeah, too heavy. And I don't like to. I'm not. I'm not really a person that wears camisole as the only thing they wear because I don't really like to. I don't really like to have anything on my arm. It's like, yeah, I don't like to feel the air on my arm. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's a me problem anyway. Um, what else? No, I think that's all about this one. I I do like it with a shirt like that. I like these colors together. But yeah, I hope I try to wear it if the weather is not scorching hot. So today it's better, so I'm able to wear it without thinking all the time, oh, it's too hot. Okay, let's talk about the whips. The first one is very exciting. This is actually a test knit. I think the last thing that I test knit is the Relent sweater by Rui Yamamuro. This was in January, I think. Then I was pretty ill and I couldn't do anything. And so now that I'm better, when I saw the test call for this one, I felt like sending my submission, if you call that way. I don't know. Anyway, this is the Freyr sweater by Inga of Knitting Tradition on YouTube. I think I follow her since a long time, actually. This was the first YouTuber that I stumbled upon when I searched for knitting content on YouTube. So it's been, I don't know exactly how, how long it's been, but it's been some time, sorry. And I loved the sample. I loved seeing her develop and seeing her talking about it. So yeah, very happy to be able to help her, or to see, to just being part of that. What can I say about it? Yeah, this one. It's a bit damp because I just blocked it because I finished the yoke, so I wanted to be sure of my gauge. And this is the front. Okay, what's about it? This is a raglan construction, as you probably can see. It has very pretty little cables running all along the raglan, and also it will be all along the body, finishing with a big hem made of these little cables. So it's very pretty and it's very pleasant to knit. It's like not too busy, not busy, but you know, it's part stockinette, it's mostly stockinette, but it has also interesting moments with the little cables. It goes very fast because it's on 4.7. What am I even saying? It's on 4.5 millimeter or US 7 needles, so pretty big needles for me. I know that there are lots of options for this one because mine is a mock neck version. Also has a turtleneck version and a crew neck version. Some of us make it in summer yarn, and some of us makes it in winter yarn, like me. Winter yarn, like animal fibers, warmer yarn. And it also has two different possibilities for the body, like a boxy body. This is the one that I will make, and also tapered body with a bit of shaping. Two different sleeve types also. Yeah, I think that's all. We have a pretty big tester group of like 50 persons, so that's big for me. But yeah, it's all good for the moment, and it's very interesting to see all the versions. Yeah, I really encourage you to see the hashtag on Instagram, because yeah, this is lovely. This is a lovely pattern, and this is well written actually. This has not too much details in the. It's not too wordy, not too. Yeah, it's just the right amount of instruction really. So I'm having a good time, and all the testers, I think, have a good time too. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah, no, it's a very pleasant pattern, and it's pleasant to knit. And this is probably why I've made this much progress in, like, I don't know, it's been less than a week, and I'm usually a very monogamous knitter, but I don't know why. it's it's been yeah, I have lots of whips at the moment, so this is not the only thing that I'm working on, so it's very fast for me. I can tell you about the yarn too because it's a beautiful yarn. I first tried to make samples, not samples, but swatches with yarn that I had in stash. I made lots of swatches. I tried to put pictures of some swatches that I made, but none of the swatches were going to make a sweater that I would want to wear because of the color, or because of the texture, or because it was too holey, or too, I don't know. It wasn't doing. It wasn't going to be good. So I decided that I had to buy some yarn, and yeah, I chose this one because this is it's been a long time since I want to try some retro saria. So this is retro saria, or retro saria Vovo, and I've heard so many good things about retro saria Mondim that I wanted to try and see for myself about this brand. And let me tell you, I am very, very happy about this yarn. I don't know for Mondim. I think I'll try it later. We'll see. But anyway, this is the colorway 5. This is 100% wool, and this is like a sport decay weight. And how can I put it? Yeah, this is very round yarn. Okay, you can see if I can. Yeah, this is very round. This hasn't a lot of fluff. This hasn't got a lot of fluff. And this is perfect to be able to see the cable well. And this is very, very elastic. So this makes it very pleasant to knit with. But also, if you are a tight knitter, this might be a bit hard not to have a very tight gauge with it, because it's very elastic. So it's easy to just pull a lot and have a very thick fabric at the end, if that makes sense. Anyway, I really like it. I like the color. It makes a very subtle in-between color. Like, it's not brown, it's not purple. It's like a red plum color. It shines a lot too, actually. And the definition is very good, I think. So it's blocked, but it's damp, so it's not perfect. I think the color is, even though it's a bit wet, the color is pretty much the same. So yeah. I don't know if the color is very well, you can see the color very well on camera, because in real life it's more blue than it is yellow. I think I see it as yellow on the camera, but yeah, it's more blue, actually. And I really like it. I'm very excited to be able to wear it. Yeah, it's very hot, so I don't think I'll be able to wear it very soon, but I'll try to finish it very soon, and we'll see. With the unpredictable weather we have, maybe I'll be able to. In reality, I hope not, but yeah, maybe. Okay, the second whip I am working on at the moment is my unnamed striped tee. If you saw the last podcast, I think I only had the swatch, but I made some progress, actually. Oh, it's a bit of a mess. Okay, so this is striped tee that I'm designing. I don't think that will become pattern, because it's too much energy and it's too pricey, honestly, to make it a pattern. But it's all tangled. I untangle it before the podcast, but yeah, it wants to make knots. It seems so. Okay, So this is where I'm at. I have the top part. I picked up stitches for the bottom, but I put it on hold because I wanted to work one sleeve, and I have almost one sleeve done. I think I put a picture of me wearing the thing because it's not it's not very easy to show with all those balls that make lots of weight and put down the thing. But yeah, you can see that I have almost one sleeve finished. Yeah, very stylish, isn't it? um, yeah. If you don't saw the last podcast, this is a t-shirt with how do you say it? How do you say it? Like not long sleeve, but not short sleeves, but in between. Like the sleeves are supposed to stop there. And so, yeah, the top part is worked sideways with stripes, obviously, and then the bottom part stitch are picked up, and then it's worked in the round, and the sleeves are also worked in the round with those stripes. There is a bit of shaping for the shoulders. There is no shaping on the sleeves because I want the sleeve to be like very big and drapey things. And yeah, it's that I it's what I like, to have the sleeve not too close to me. So this was very important to have a yarn that was very drapey because I wanted to like flow to have something flowy on my arms. And yeah, this is a very long process because it's on 3 millimeters. So yeah, that's small needles for me. And also the yarn is incredibly splitty. This is really annoying. What's the yarn? By the way, this is Knitting for Leaf Pure Silk in what's the color? I think it's dark cognac, yeah. And the blue one is Holmes yarn tied in the colorway Nightshade. The old gown is actually very pleasant to knit with. It's not elastic, but I don't know, it's less. Can I show you? Yeah. So this is very well plied, meaning that it doesn't really, the strands don't separate as much. But the pure silk is a nightmare actually, because those strands, I don't think you can see it very well there, but the my needle really wants to go in between the strands, and this makes it very annoying process. Also, it turns on itself a lot, but I do suspect that this is because of the way I'm knitting, because I'm not a continental knitter, but I'm not an English thrower. I'm a kind of flicker. I don't really know, but I'm my working yarn is like that, and every time I'm making a stitch, I think I'm turning the yarn on itself a bit, and this is not a problem with very, I don't know, well plied yarn, but with a yarn like this, sorry, because I don't really use the technical terms, but I do think that you can see what I mean. Anyway, yeah, so this is making this turning on itself a lot, and it makes knots and it makes a mess. And I remember that I did one of my pattern with this yarn, with a very pink, very girly pink yarn. This is a very strange color for me, if you know me. But I had this yarn in stash because I bought it some time ago to make some tests for a submission call. I don't remember which one, but yeah. So I had this yarn in stash and I wanted to have a little scarf for summer, and I used it. So this, can't remember, I think it's raspberry pink. So it's pure silk. And I made this one. And when I made this one, I remember that it wasn't as pretty as this one. So I really don't know if it's the kind of I'm working on, or the stitch, or the yarn itself. Not sure about that. Really, I'm not sure. But what I'm sure about is that it's so much longer that it needs to be, just because it's very annoying to do. But I'm very excited to be excited to wear it. So I need to really not rush, but I need to really work on it, because I want to be able to wear it before the end of summer. And it's going to be soon. So it's not going to be soon, but I want to be able to wear it for some time before the end of summer. So yeah, so I need to add like one more stripe, one more, finish the plain section here, and 3 more stripes, and then some ribbing. About the ribbing also, I'm not 100% sure about this color. I made a drawing and I draw it kind of like that, but the more I see it, the more I'm unsure about. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see later. I think I finish the first sleeve, then I do a bit of the body, and then I'll see again. Yeah, I can show you the back. The back is the same, but since it doesn't have the same the same the hole for the front of the neck, it's bigger there, and there is a bit of shaping there too. Yeah, it's a bit wrinkly there, but it's because it's not blocked. So yeah, I don't think you can really see. I'm really happy about the pickup of the sleeves, actually, because can you see? I don't think you can really see. If I tell you that the sleeve begins here, no, you see it. But yeah, it's pretty seamless. It's pretty seamless. And I'm not really happy about the top of the shoulder, because I think I could have done better with the seaming. It's okay, I guess, but yeah, it's not perfect. We'll see how it all blocks out, because yeah, it's not blocked. But it's very drapey. I'm sure it'll be very pleasant to wear. But yeah, I need to finish it before. Okay. Next one. If you saw my last podcast, you might remember that I was talking about the fact that I wanted to knit the Cap Ferret cardigan by Joanna Filip. I will not do this one now, because I chose to make another vest cardigan thing. We'll get to that later, but I saw the Peira sweater that she just published, and I really, really loved it. I wanted to make it, so this is the one I'm making. Obviously. And I'm using the yarn that I wanted to use for the Cap Ferret cardigan. So let me show you. I'm not that advanced, but I made some progress. So the yarn are these ones. This is Dropskid Silk in the colorway 19. So this is a very beautiful green with a more yellowish core, mohair silk. And this one is a cone of Holsgarn Super Soft in the colorway Tundra. And this is my progress so far. So, this is a drop shoulder sweater with a very beautiful lace motif. Um, in the beginning of the podcast, I told you that I didn't like as much the holy lace thing. Yeah, I don't like to wear that kind of thing. But yeah, sometimes I like it. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I do like this one. And yeah, so it's very holy. And what can I tell you about this one? So yeah, this is a drop shoulder, as I just told you. This is made with a sport weight yarn. I'm making it in with 3.5 millimeter needles, so that must be US 4, if I recall correctly. And yeah, I think that, no, I'm sure of it. Actually, this is a collaboration with a French yarn brand called Nitty and Woolly. And this is their base that's called Peira, I think. This is beautiful yarn, but yeah, I had this one in stash, and I much prefer to use yarn that I have in stash than to buy other thing. If I, yeah, basically I prefer to use what I have on hand if I can. So yeah, I made the back, so you can send at the back, and then work motif. Actually, I'm making a size 4 because I have a gauge. I have a smaller gauge than the one written for the button, and size 4 will make a size 3 approximately. So this is what I'm making, and then I pick up stitches for the left front here. And now I need to pick up stitches for the right front and do the same at this. So shaping the neck, and then I'll be joining the two, and then I'll be working on the body, I think. This is another project that I'm very fond of. I love how it looks. I love working on it. I don't love working on it when it's hot because I really, really hate feeling things that have a tendency to stick on my hands. Like I just can't. It makes me totally nuts to feel things sticking on my hands. Some materials are a big no-no for me. Like some materials that you found of on mouses, on computer mouses, not mine, obviously. Some peachy feeling, and those things tends to stick, and I hate it. So yeah, when it's too hot, no more hair from. But yeah, today it's not too hot, and most of the time I'm very sensitive to cold, so I manage. Anyway, I love this motif. I love how it looks. I love the fact that with so much fluff, it makes the holes less obvious, less visible, and sometimes when so, I have a thing with sweaters with lace that it I don't know. You have a sweater, you want to be warm in a sweater, and then you put holes everyone, but everywhere in the sweater, and then it's just a holy sweater, and you feel the wind through the sweater, and it's not a warm sweater really anymore. And yeah, I don't really like that. Plus the fact that you need to think about what you wear under the sweater, because otherwise the color might clash with what you're wearing. So yeah, don't like that very much. I like to work less lace because I do find it very meditating, but I don't like to wear it as much as I like to work on it. Anyway, I do think that making a lace sweater with fluff is better in that way, because the holes will not be, well, you have fluff, so the holes are less obvious. You can put things of, yeah, it makes the hole less obvious, so it's easier to put anything under it, and that's less visible. And also the wind will not go as much through the holes because all of this fluff. This is not blocked, by the way, this is why it's a bit wonky. Really love it. I also love how it looks on the wrong side. Actually, I don't think you can see really well on camera, but yeah. Really love. Makes little waves. Yeah, I really like that. So interesting. It's because of the structure of the stitches. Yeah, really love it. Love to work on it. Really want to finish it, but then again, it's not a thing that I'll be able to wear soon, I think. Then, let me talk to you about my last whip. My last whip is the sweater I'm designing. If you remember, this sweater didn't have a name, and now it has a name. So, thank you if you thought about a name and told the name to me. Not told, but you sent some names proposition to me. I've had lots of possibilities, but the obvious choice was in front of me since the beginning, actually. So I went with that, even though there were so much fun and cool names. So thank you. But yeah. Okay, without further ado, the name that I've chose is Brazil. Why Brazil? Um, because of two things. Because it is very inspired by music and a song in particular that I'll be linking to you somewhere. I don't know how to do that, but I figure it out. And okay, how can I explain that? I feel like this sweater is an interpretation of this particular song. Obviously, not literally, but this song is to me some sort of a recurring dream, like soft and a bit sad, although very comforting. Just like you would want to cuddle into that sweater that feels so warm and soft, even though it reminds you of so many good or sad memories, you know? This nostalgic feeling it has actually made me choose washed out colors. Of course, the fact that we can better see the cables, like I said in the last podcast, was also a reason. But really, I was picturing this song, not picturing, but this song was in my mind since the beginning um, of when I had the idea of this sweater, and I even sent to Bichebuche a little drawing that I put there, depicting my main idea with the motif. Because in this song, there is a sort of bouncing, syncopated rhythm all through the song. Yeah. Like a structured rhythm with a melody over it. And I imagine the little cables dancing. Yeah, let me show you because it's very hard to picture. I didn't even I didn't even show you the sweater. So yeah, there is a very bouncing and syncopated rhythm all through the song, structured rhythm with a melody over it. And I imagine the little cables dancing over the line defined by the main rhythm. So these little cables are a bit like the bouncing rhythm in the song, and the lines are a bit like the bones, the not the bones, but really the structure of the music. And, and during this song, the melodies and structures stay roughly the same, but they change instruments. So, like the change of color and the change of the reversed motif here. And I really like that there is a contrast in between the not dry, but yeah, dry, bouncing rhythm and the synth with the reverb. So yeah, I do think that I hear this song. I hear this song every time I'm working on it. So I figured, yeah, I need to name it like that. So Brazil it is. Also, a note that Brazil is one of my favorite films, and there's also a song called Brazil in the film Brazil. So, like, it was all a puzzle made as a whole, not made as a whole, but you know, all the pieces just added up, and yeah, it's Brazil. So okay, no, now that I've nerd a bit about the why, let me show you the knitting. So, oh, can you can see I made a lot of progress, but yeah, it's not really the case because you might think, oh, it's finished. Yay! No, it's not. It's not because one, oh, not finished. You can see, and it's not. Yeah, I think I need to add length before doing the hem. I need to add like a motif. Yeah, one more motif, and then it. Yeah, you can see there is two sleeves, but actually there is only one because this one is finished, and this one I need to frog it, and I need to make it like this one. Why? Because I wasn't feeling well when I did the math, and I made some mistakes. And when I'm not feeling well, I make mistake, and I need to stop doing math when I'm not feeling well. But doing math when I'm not feeling well is, yeah, I like to do that kind of thing. So um, I'm happy to do to do that kind of thing. But then I make mistake, and I'm sad that I'm well, anyway. Anyway, this sleeve is too small, it's too tapered, it's not looking good, so I need to frog it. Also, I made the decision to, can I, yeah, let me show you better. I made the decision to make this, not column, but this motif of pearl stitches to turning it to stockinette stitches. Why? Because I do think that it's not very balanced. It's too much. There is too much. It makes a bit of a makes some pollution, some visual pollution. I do not think that it's very clean, and I do not think also that it is pretty. Yeah. It reminds me a bit of the flax sweater by Tink and Knits, and one thing I do not like that much about this sweater is this pearl thing that go all along the sleeve. So yeah, I will remove that, and it's also the same under the sleeve and on the body. So yeah, this one will be frogged, and will be changed into that. As you can, no, you can't. As you can. Oh, very hard to show. As you can see here, no. Surprisingly hard to show things on camera. But yeah, as you can see here, there is the pearl are now stuck in it. And it's just those two lines on each side of the stockinette that continue all along the sleeve, and I really prefer that. It was starting to bug me a lot, and under the sleeve it's the same, with decreases all along. It's like a tapered, but with a little puff on the cuff, before the cuff, like a bit of a sweatshirt look. And yeah, I really prefer that look. So that look, no, so hard to show you. Oh, if it's even possible. So that look, no, come on. Yeah, that look. I prefer that look to that look. I think I like, in theory, to have things that were the reverse side, you know, like it's stockinette here, it's pearl here, so it's stockinette here, and it's pearl here. But yeah, sometimes it just don't look good, doesn't look good. So yeah, I prefer the way it is now. Also, yeah, I finished it with a stockinette cuff, very squishy, love it. And if you see a bit of a bump there, it's because I wasn't really happy with the length of my, sorry for that, of my sleeve, so I made a bit of a surgery. I removed the cuff, then I just added length, and I Kitchener stitched the two. So I think it'll block out, because I might have made the Kitchener a bit too tight, and I made it with recycled yarn. Not a good idea, but yeah. And now this one will be on hold because I do think that I will not have enough yarn to finish it. I need to buy one more ball of mohair, of beige mohair. Actually, yeah, I didn't say, but this is made with Bichebuche Le Petit Lamb's wool, held with Le Petit Silken mohair. All the sweater is with the beige mohair, but here it's the beige mohair with light peach Le Petit Lamb's wool. And I really love the color, even though there are this, how can I say, this is not color that suits me very well. I'm very green. I am like olive green, and so yeah, this is not color that really do me any favor. My color are more like that, or blue like that, but yeah, or even the plum Freyr sweater. But yeah, I do like them. I do like the result, and yeah, what was I going with that? Yeah, I do not have any enough yarn, and so I need to buy one more ball of mohair. And to do that, okay, I need to make another sample, because I want to make another sample in more less muted color, maybe, or darker color, or maybe a blue color that suit me better, if I'm honest. And to do that, I want to be very sure about the color that I buy, because this is a very pricey yarn for me, and I cannot afford to just buy a sweater quantity and just leave it and don't use it, yeah, it's not really possible for me. So to buy more yarn, before buying a sweater quantity, I will wait for Bichibush to make available shade cards for their mohair, because I asked them, and apparently there will be shade card for their mohair. I do have the Lenswool shade card, but I do not have the mohair. And so to make mild things, it's very hard for me to mix to mix the two together in my head, and it's always hard to tell the real color when you see it on screen and see it in real life. Yeah, I do not know if I make sense, but I do think that you understand the vibe I'm going for. Yeah, anyway. So I'll wait for the shade card to be available, then I order the shade card with the mohair, the beige mohair, to be able to finish this one. And then I'll choose the color and make the second sample. I'll make modification on the second sample based on this one. Meaning, the first one will be that the neckline will be less flat here. Yeah, here. Because I do not like how it looks. I like the curves there. I do not like how flat it is right there. So I will make it more round there. Because, yeah, I do think it'll look better. Also, I'll make the arm size less deep. Because I made this... Oh, I made the arm size very deep because I prefer to avoid feeling the yarn too close to my armpits, particularly with mohair. I always say that I'm not very sensitive to mohair, but I thought about it, and I'm not very sensitive with the yarns, but I thought about it, and it must be taken with a pinch of salt, because I'm always wearing lots of layers. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that's really the case, if I'm really not sensitive or just an onion. Not sure about that. Yeah, so less flat and less deep. Because I do think that it is too deep, and I don't want to feel like I'm wearing a swan show. It looks good, but it's sad to have this contiguous, because this is a contiguous kind of construction, and so this construction makes it so that you don't have any bulk here. So if it is too deep, you tend to have a bit of a bulk here, because there is too much fabric on the sleeves. And I do think that it is a bit too much, a bit too deep. So I do think that the raglan here will be better, one motif higher, and yeah, the separation of sleeve the same, one motif higher. It would be perfect. If you didn't see that podcast, sorry, I'm very chaotic. It's very hard for me to really think in a very cohesive manner, because doing this makes me a bit overwhelmed. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm much more of a writer than I am a speaker, actually. So, and I'm very, very, very chaotic. So yeah. So yes, yeah, like I said, it's a contiguous construction, but it's worked flat at the beginning, rather than in the round, because I want to have this shaping on the back. I love to have the back with this kind of shaping because I do think that it fits me better, and I do think that it fits human better. It's rarely the case in all in the round sweaters, because it's way even in drop shoulders or in recent made sweaters, knitting sweaters, hand knitted sweaters, I mean. But I do think that it is important that it is not flat, because if it's flat, you'll have a weird shape. It will begin not. I don't know how to describe it in English. I'm sorry, but basically, what I mean is that it will not be the right shape to go over your neck perfectly. So yeah, that's important for me, and if it's important for me, I do think it's important to make it so that it's in my designs. Yeah. Whew, long. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's all for the week. Okay, no, there is one thing that I want to make, and like I told you, I changed my mind, and I will not do for now the Cap Ferry cardigan. But I need some kind of cardigan or sweater, not sweater, but vest, something to put over my sweater, in particularly in winter, because I live in a very cold house, and I'm very sensitive to cold. So I want to have something that I can put over all my sweaters and be warm. Yeah, obviously. So what I found, not what I found, but I had my eyes for a long time on the Roadtrip Shacket by Maya Déglon. Maya Déglon is a designer that I test knit for. I test knit the Harmony Shawlette for her, and I really liked how it was written. I really liked how it looks. I really liked the experience, and I followed her since then. She published also the Melon Sweater recently, and I really like this one. She's striking. It's very, yeah, I suggest you to check it out. And I put a picture of it. I wanted to make it, but I need to find a suitable yarn to make it. And by that, I mean I absolutely need to find some yarn that I can see in person. Because with this kind of motif, two colored motifs, this is pretty hard for me to just see pictures on screen and think that the two colors will go well together. So I really need to make some, to see and to check out the color in person. And this is something hard for me, because I do live in the forest. There aren't really shops in the forest, as you can probably imagine. And also, there are yarn festivals, not very far, but it's too far for me to justify just driving there. For two reasons. Because one, sometimes I have health issues and I do not have any energy, and this is completely unpredictable, so I cannot make plans. It's a bit hard. And also, I am not a very social person, if I am honest. It's not that I don't like when there are lots of people, but going somewhere where there is a lot of people and focusing on the yarn is not very easy for me. if there's a lot of people and lots of sounds and lots of things going on, I cannot really focus on what I want to do. So yeah, I never went to a yarn festival. I wish I had a yarn festival near me, so I can just pop in and just see what I have to see, and just yeah. But it's not possible. So we'll see that in the future, and I hope to find a shop where I can see yarn that I like. Anyway, what I make is the Roadtrip Shacket. And yeah, like I said, this is a pattern that I really liked at first sight. One, because in the past I made many road trips, and I made road trips in Scandinavian countries, particularly Norway, and I loved. I have so much good memories of them, and I wish I had this kind of thing to wear at the time. So yeah, that reminds me of that in a way, and I find it cool. And also because, like I said, the shape of it is just perfect to put over things. So yeah, so I make this one, and I make this one with this yarn. So this is Drops Nepal, and I made a little swatch here. It's in a very neutral color, and I chose to make it in neutral color because I wanted to be I wanted to be able to wear it with any sweater that I own. So neutral is better. It's not really beige, it's not really brown, it's in between. It's called Camel, I think. It's a color 0618. It's a bit heathered. It's pretty soft, and I do think it'll be rolling on itself a bit, because even if in this swatch, it's rolling a bit, even though it's garter. But yeah, anyway, I make some modification to the pattern. So let me explain. Let me try to explain. What I mean by that is, I think I'll put some drawings to be able to, yeah, explain well. I hope so. I hope. But anyway, first, first thing, I'll be making the long sleeve version, and I'll be making it a bit of a size. My gauge is pretty small, so yeah, I do some math when I'm good enough to do them to avoid mistakes. And but yeah, that's not a problem. And also, I chose a very neutral color. Actually, I I asked Maya. she because I wanted to. Okay, let me rephrase that. I wanted to make it in a terracotta color or neutral, but terracotta would not go that well with all my sweaters, and this one is more boring. So I'm not like a very, I don't like very saturated colors, but I'm not like, I do not like to make things all beige. It just, yeah, I don't like that. I want some variety in my knitting. Otherwise, I will be dying of bore. Is that even a thing? Yeah. So what I'll do is that I'd be lining the vest, the jacket. So I'll be using a more funky fabric inside the jacket to make the lining. So yeah, so it's gonna be the shacket, and inside I'm going to sew a lining with a quilted fabric. I need to find a good fabric to do that, and not too fun but not too boring fabric. In mostly, I think I choose cotton to do that because I do like how it feels. And yeah, it'll make the jacket even warmer, and also it'll have another thing that I like is that if you put yarn on yarn, it will stick. But if you put cotton on yarn, it will be less of a, I don't know how to describe it, but you know, it'll stick less to itself. So it'll be more like I'm wearing something that moves on me rather than sticks and follow. Yeah, I don't think that's very comfortable. So I do prefer to have a lining. So yeah, a lining. And then also what I want to add is side pockets, because I like the look of those pockets, but I do not like to use those kind of pockets. So I will let them because I do think that they are part of the style, and they finish the motif here that I like very much. This beautiful motif, and yeah, I do like it very much. But yeah, I do think that it's better to have also pockets on the side. So to make that, I will do slits there, but I'll talk about it when I do it, because I do think that it will be easier to show you when I'm actually doing it. What I can say to you is that the lining will be attached to the jacket with little buttons. So I'll be sewing buttons on the interior of the jacket, and I'll be making some buttonholes in the quilted fabric, so I can just button up the thing and it'll be one thing, and also I can remove the lining of the vest so I can wash the two separately if needed. That also that also makes it possible that, so how can I explain that? If you have side pockets, you need to make the pockets, but I don't think that knitted pockets are very structured, and I don't think they are very structured. So I do prefer them to be in fabric, and so I will attach them to the quilted fabric, but to the interior of the quilted fabric, so they will be invisible if you open the jacket. So imagine this is the this is the lining, and this is the jacket. So the lining will be like that, the jacket like that, and the pocket will be sandwiched in between those two layers. So it will be invisible, and it will be attached to the lining, so it will be well structured. And also I can make them in a very soft fabric, even some, I don't know, some not fluffy, but something that I can put my hands, inside the pocket and be very warm, because I have cold hands. I have freezing hands all the time, even in nearly 40 degrees Celsius. So yeah, everything that makes my hands warmer is better. Okay, it has been a long one. I'm sorry, because I thought that I would be able to be more concise, but yeah, actually it's not the case apparently. I'm trying to speak a bit more fast, because it's pretty hard for me to be able to speak in English very fast and not very slow. Yeah. But yeah, I do think it's better to hear someone speaking a bit faster than the last episode. But it's also very difficult for me to speak and to be understandable. So I hope it will be okay, and I hope it was interesting to you. That I wasn't rambling too much. If you have anything to say to me, if you have anything that I can make better, feel free to tell me, really, because I'm my only critic right here, and it's a bit hard to tell what I'm doing good and what it's basically what isn't interesting. Yeah. Also, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Ask away in the comments, ask away on Instagram, ask away on Ravelry, ask away anywhere. I'll be answering to you. I'm not answering as fast as some people because I'm not all the time on social media, and sometimes I'm not feeling well enough to be able to answer to you right away, but I will answer you, or I'll try my best. Okay. I think that's all for today, and yeah, that's all for today. So have a good night, day, I don't know. Have a good thing. And until next time. Bye bye.